trying to keep my abortion jokes,
Oh God.
any references to hookers or drugs under 10.
Okay. Should we count?
That's funny because it sounds like you're going to say you're not going to do it, and then you say under 10.
No. I mean, I don't want to be ridiculous. You have to talk about hookers and abortion and drugs at least some in your day, or your day
Oh my God.
You have to everyone needs to loosen up a little bit.
Right.
Wait. Shane doesn't know this, I'm sure, but Shane, we're already live.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I don't care.
Well, I mean, last
okay.
time we talked about Jesus wasp watching you while you're masturbating. So this is, right on brand. Bentley, stop messing with the camera.
Who was masturbating?
You were, and
Right.
Jesus was watching. Or maybe that was Mike. I don't even know. I don't even know who it was.
Well, don't say Mike when I'm in this room. You mean the other Mike, not me.
Yeah, not you. Oh, man, I love these shows. These are my favorite.
I think everyone hates them.
Yeah, Steph, you walked into a bigger shit show than what you realized. Here we go.
I didn't even know I was on the show today.
Oh, we've been on air with Steph before. I have.
No,
Yeah,
I haven't.
We haven't.
Yeah, not as a team and not on a Wednesday night when we know it's about to be a shit show. Like, that's just how it
And
is.
not when Chase and I already had a 5 o'clock show that I got wasted on.
Oh, you already did one today?
Mhm.
Yeah, we had Mike Florio on from NFL.com.
He's so awesome.
All right.
They get big names over there. We need to start pulling out the big guns over at DHQ.
I will
Yeah.
come anytime.
That's what she said.
We're doing this.
This is Fantasy Intervention. Now here to intervene with your fantasy life, Steffi Smalls and Chase Vernon.
And we are with another episode of Fantasy Intervention. Get excited for that, of course. Oh, of course, you already heard, right? You got Chase Vernon hosting. You got Steffi Smalls hosting. But we have two amazing people to join us, and it's been too long. It's been too long since we had you on last. We've got Mike, the FF Blitz, and, of course, Shane. What's going on, Mike? How you doing, man?
Great. How you doing? Shane, you made a joke that we need to get some more firepower and get some more guests. What we need is an opening like that opening.
That was a good opening.
Yeah, we need something that says our names and music and everything.
Yeah, ours does not say our name.
Only got cool when they put my name into it.
Yeah. Everything's better.
Okay, but now it's really cool.
Everything's better since you've been involved, Steph.
Apparently.
Don't blow up
So
her
my
head like
mom
that.
says.
Oh, my God. Here we go. We've got another excellent episode coming at y'all. We got trades working it out because, of course, they are part of at Dynasty Trades HQ on Twitter. So
Yeah,
we have
Troy.
some different trade scenarios and everything going on. What's up, Troy? God, the last time Shane came on, he was answering random comments out of the blue that we had no
Who
idea.
does that sound like? That's weird.
I
And
wouldn't
that's
even pull up the comments, though. He would be like 30 comments down because we would have a list of questions, and all of a sudden he'd answer somebody random at the
What's
tail
up,
end.
Jay Rich?
It was so funny
No.
too. That was the first time Shane ever got to experience that, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is so great!"
Yeah.
And that's all he ever talks about now. Is that's how he wants to do a show every time.
I want comments ongoing while we do it.
All the comments.
That's what she
all
said.
the
Exactly.
comments. Let's go ahead and start it out with the question, actually. Let's start it out.
Keep laughing the whole time while you guys talk.
Oh, here we go.
Steph's just making inappropriate sexual innuendo
I
jokes.
can't do 2 lives like this.
I find
no.
it
God.
very offensive.
All right.
I'm sure you'll
you
be
do.
more
Oh, that's
offended.
great.
Oh, God, I miss these Wednesday night shit show episodes. All right, so should he trade CMC for Taysom Hill? It's a 2-kicker league. I'm pretty sure he's
what?
fucking with us. But
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, what the hell?
No one but Linda
Yeah, do
plays in
it. You should
two-kicker
for
leagues.
sure do it. That sounds really good.
yeah, I'm on board.
Don't come to the show on a Wednesday night when they've got the heavy duty firepower asking bullshit questions like that.
Yeah, we want real trade questions. Real trade questions. Let's go. Now, make sure you guys hit us up on youtube.com/fantasy intervention. Once again, that's youtube.com/fantasy intervention. Make sure y'all hit subscribe over there for me. Make sure y'all hit like, share the show around with some friends. Let's go. Let's get this episode kicked off. Before we do, we have a word. We have a word from our sponsors. You ready, Shane?
Yeah, I'm going to read it. Hold on. Where's the...
No.
Come prop up on Thrive Fantasy this season. Thrive Fantasy is a daily fantasy show app for player props. They've eliminated the need to do countless hours of research because they only ask you about the top tier athletes. Choose 10 out of the 20 player props for the NFL options to build your lineup. Use promo code CIRCLE when you sign up today, and you will receive an instant match bonus up to $50 on your first deposit of 20 or more. For those of you who struggle at math, that would mean if you deposit 20, you will get 40, 30 gives you 60, 40 gives you 80, all the way up to that $50, $100 bonus. Again, use promo code CIRCLE to get that bonus. Download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store today or Play Store, or by visiting their website, www.thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and hashtag prop up today.
Did you like that math part? Because
I understand now what you were saying, Chase, about listening to our show today and hearing Shane do that promo.
Wait, what are you trying to say? See, my promos aren't classically good. It's like art. So
your read was so funny, though.
You gorilla-minded bastards wouldn't understand because I'm working on a level up here.
And a lot of times I have to edit that too. So what you did here may not have exactly been the way it went even.
It was like, I think if that means you put in like 10, you get 20.
Oh yeah, he definitely doesn't do math very well. That's really
math
funny.
isn't. There's no proof that math is actually real or correct.
Oh my god, I died laughing. Like, I don't know whether I laughed harder at that or you saying that Tom Brady was a murder accessory. One of those two.
No. He's definitely
no.
accessory to murder.
No. There was a lot more to that. There was a lot more that he said about Tom in that show that did not make the air. That's for sure.
Oh, it didn't?
No, not all of it. No, most of it did, but there was a few things that you said that definitely
Stepped over the line.
Oh,
Was it about him making out with his son?
No.
He does. It's not a big deal. Like, we don't even need to laugh at it anymore. He makes out with his son, and it's okay.
No, that's not okay.
Oh my god.
That's not okay.
Well, I don't think it's actually okay. I think we should just normalize it into art.
No, I'm not going to normalize that. Like, I love my kids. Never made out with them. Never had the urge to.
This is what I mean. You need to be able to steer it, Chase, when it happens.
I love it. I'm dying over here. So, all right.
I don't ever foresee there being.
Shane and I on shows together.
Oh my god.
You encourage the worst parts of me.
The 2-hour show with Mike, I think I got a 6-pack just from watching that show, from laughing my ass off. It was
Oh
insane.
my god.
So let's go ahead and get this show kicked off. And since, since Shane is taking the pod by storm as it is, let's go ahead and start out with a layup for him. Should the Eagles trade Wentz?
Yes.
What can they get, and where should he go?
Don't give a fuck. No,
That's the answer.
we want him to go to Indianapolis because that's the only place his fragile little mind is going to turn out well. Because if he has to go to Chicago, there's not good receiving options. Their line's not that good. Their offensive coach isn't very good. Miles Sanders, David Montgomery, or Joe Mixon. I would still go with Miles Sanders.
Wait, see, this is what happens. He's already off of his topic, looking at the chat, answering those people's questions.
We want Wentz to go to Indianapolis.
No, we don't.
Out of all the suitors that we've heard.
Yeah,
because that's the best landing spot for him. And the Eagles should take any random first they get.
Why wouldn't they do a straight up trade for like Jimmy G for Carson Wentz?
Because Jimmy G is trash.
I mean, he hasn't been trash while he's been playing, and that system doesn't necessarily allow him to. Huh?
He's like always.
Well, I mean, that's the perfect opportunity to get Jalen Hurts in there. I mean, meanwhile, they get Jimmy G. I mean, Sipes, how are you feeling about that? Like, would you like to see Wentz in a 49ers uniform, or what's up?
I don't particularly like to see Wentz anywhere. We've talked about this on the show. Shane was always the hugest fan of his, and then he wasn't so much anymore. But we were talking about it last week. There's so many different places that all these different quarterbacks can go, but I don't even know. Shane was saying that he didn't think that he would be a starter, but there's so many guys that are available, and there's so many teams that need a quarterback. He's going to be a starter wherever he goes.
He will be.
Even if he's Carson Wentz.
When did I say he's not going to be a starter?
No. That's what we were talking about last week on the show. You were saying that he would go somewhere and be a backup guy, and then you were saying unless he goes to Indianapolis. You were saying
this is all false. If he goes to Chicago, he's a starter. If he goes to Indianapolis, he's a starter.
I'm not saying every single spot. I didn't say every single spot. You were. Forget it. Never mind.
Anyways,
well, you're just fabricating things. So I think we need to just play our last episode now because I think that makes perfect sense.
There we go. We'll just play the whole episode. No.
All right, let's go ahead and let's answer. Wait, where was it? This question.
We're
first.
definitely.
I totally forgot.
The next one.
Yeah, and I totally forgot where I was going with that when I was saying that. But go ahead.
Miles Sanders, Dave Montgomery, or Joe Mixon moving forward. Which one has the higher value? All right, Steph, you got this.
Joe Mixon.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's fine.
Shane is so mad right now.
I'm sure as hell not picking the other two. So I was joking. Joe Mixon has a foot. Okay, I have like very loyal followers, and I said he doesn't have a foot, but he does, and he's gonna be fine.
I'm a big fan of Miles Sanders. Sipes, where you at on this one?
Oh, you keep saying that.
It's funny, I used to like Joe Mixon, and then I kind of came around to David Montgomery this past year, and I don't know. I think out of those three, I'd probably go with David Montgomery after the way he finished out the year. What'd you say?
I said none of us are going to agree. This is special.
Well, first of all, Shane didn't agree with me, which that would only mean he agrees with Miles Sanders then.
Oh, so yeah, it's Miles Sanders because he's still the most talented out of those three. I'm just going to assume that a Nick Sirianni, is that how you say his name? Sirianni?
Whatever you feel like.
Nick S. I'm going to assume that his offense is going to be just bonkers great because I've heard how, the Colts offense was good while he was working there. So that means the Eagles offense is going to be really good.
It's the system.
Funny.
It's all about the system.
Yeah.
Not the talent.
No.
It says here, for whom Jay Bell tolls, he said none. If that was an answer that we could have used, that would probably be an answer for some of us. Yeah.
I hate when people do that on like Twitter and they'll put up a trade poll or like either or, and they're like none. Like, bitch, that ain't a choice. Murder talk.
God. I think
Or
he's
your
talking about
Nixon talk. Well,
Tom
that's
Brady,
true.
maybe.
Yes.
No, don't go back to the murder stuff because it was a lot. There was a lot to it. Don't let him do it.
About
All right. Yeah,
Brady.
no, we're throwing that one out. All right.
Did you guys actually see his video today coming off the party boat?
Yes. It's too
No, I
bad he
missed
didn't
it.
fall into the fucking river or ocean, whatever.
Are you
it is.
serious?
All right, so with Wentz being out of town, where are we valuing Hurts at this point in time? We'll start out with Steffi. What's up? Where are you valuing Hurts?
like
Because we talked about earlier in the last episode with
I was
Mike
just going to say,
Florio.
we just talked about this. Everyone's going to pass out when I say it one more time. But if you caught both episodes, I apologize. He is literally no higher than 24, 23 on my rankings. I am refusing to go any higher. I appreciate the fact that he can run the ball, but I don't know what he does with his little arm.
His little arm.
I don't like the way he throws the ball. I don't like what's happening over there in Philadelphia. I'm just over it. So I'm not putting all of my eggs in one basket with Mr. Hurts. And Shane is gonna literally.
No, I'm just curious. Hurts has a small arm. I didn't notice that.
It's like I don't like the way he throws.
Like one normal and one's like velociraptor.
She's going like this. She said he throws like this.
Have you watched him? I will cut film and personally send you your own tape of it. I just don't like the way he throws the ball.
He's not good at the throwing. Yeah, he's not good at the throwing.
Exactly, and I'm not going to put all of my eggs in a basket of just a running quarterback who's eventually going to get hurt from running so much. So we're not going to do that.
Do you guys think it's just because it's the off season and this is what we all have to talk about? But do you think all these quarterbacks that say they're going somewhere else or they don't want to be there, they're all just going to end up staying where they are? Wentz will stay in Philadelphia. Watson will stay in Houston. I mean, all these players that we all are speculating he's going to go there, he's going to go there. It'll all just die down in a month and everybody stays where they are.
So the biggest thing with this is this new CBA that was developed. So with the new CBA that was developed, the new CBA that was developed, essentially, if players going to go all in and hold out, they have to go all in, essentially, compared to the previous years. They can still report to training camps, and they can still show up now and still get paid for showing up, but they don't have to participate. They could say, "Oh, my arm is sore," or something like that. They don't have to participate.
Oh, my AIDS is acting up.
Oh my God.
So essentially, Jesus. All right, so
That's when you have AIDS and it flares up.
Stop.
Essentially, like, they don't want that kind of cancerous attitude around their camps, because the more people that end up trying to do that, the more holdouts there's going to be. Now, I understand that it could go both ways. This is a double-edged sword because more people can complain and not get it, but it's a lot more effective when you have the quarterback threatening to hold out versus, any other position, and the type of cancerous momentum he could create. Running backs typically does not work out that well, but for quarterbacks, I think it could be a completely different animal. That's where you don't want your franchise going that route.
Yeah. It just seems like so many of them are doing it this time. God, Shane.
But so here's the thing. Wentz has to go because, like someone noted in there, Wentz and Howie don't get along. You can't have guys. Come on, this is a serious football discussion. What the fuck?
I'm laughing at them now.
I don't even know what they're laughing at.
Anymore.
I think they're high. This is very unprofessional. They got stoned before we came on tonight. I think that's like they're just.
No, we did not.
Definitely.
My head is like bright red now.
Okay, anyways, go on.
Anyways, so I would say no. You can't keep a quarterback when he's disgruntled, like Chase was saying, because it is the most important position on the football field, and that will ruin the locker room.
Disgruntled.
But if they're all disgruntled, I mean, they can't.
It's like
all,
3 people.
There's. Well,
Okay.
now they're talking
It's
about Russell
Wentz
Wilson
and Watson.
and Russell Wilson. He's just
saying I don't want to get sacked anymore.
Wentz is going somewhere. It's
Right.
probably not going to be the Colts, as much as everyone wants to like jerk off the idea. It's just not going to happen. But he will probably be benched by the end of whatever season, wherever he is. Period.
Well, that's wrong.
And
Then that goes back to what we were talking about before. Then.
Well, he is disgruntled for sure. I actually agree. He is disgruntled. Hurts is going to be the starter there.
Unless it's Trey Lance.
That would be funny, though.
Yeah, that was what I'm at the point.
Now I love it. Jalen Hurts to Washington.
What?
They just re-signed Tyler Weineke. They're good. No, they're good. They don't need anyone. I was told that Tyler Weineke is they're set. Isn't that's not his name?
It's Heineke, bro.
Heineke? Whatever his name is. That guy.
Oh
Oh
man.
my God.
All right, so
Next question.
God, did we
Next.
get through that?
I don't know. Half the time, I don't know if we answered it at all. No.
Yeah,
Sykes,
I am
where
a
do you have-
Hyperion 94. I agree completely.
But that's one of the things with Russell Wilson, though. I see what Hyperion's saying. They were just talking about him again. That's why I was saying all the different quarterbacks that apparently don't want to be where they
Russ-
are.
Russ doesn't want to move. He just doesn't want to get beat to shit anymore.
Carson's annoying. He's just becoming a diva. He's like pisses me off in his little sweatsuit, like the last game, like all fucking not even suited up. Like I don't care where he goes, just go away. I just don't want to even see him anymore.
All right. So we're back on the Hurts, and where Hurts is valued. So
Hurts.
yeah, Shane, we'll go to you. Where is Hurts valued for you? Like, are you sitting there thinking that he's the top 12 quarterback?
No.
Ooh.
I see him right outside of there because the throwing is bad. It's not, like Steph said, people are going to try to compare him to say maybe Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson's a better passer than Hurts. Hurts completed 52% of his passes last year. He was bad at that in college. He doesn't have a strong arm. He can definitely get some points on the rushing game. In the rushing game, I'm speaking English. He'll get you the rushing points, but they're going to shut that down at some point if you can't pass.
So everything that you
bit.
just said, everything. Everything you just
T-Rex.
said, how can he be just right outside of the 12 then? If everything you just said, how can he? So what? He's 13 with
He's
everything
like-
that you just said.
I'll give it it's probably like 15, 17 range.
Now I agree with Steffi more. The 24 is what she said.
See that?
He's a little more athletic and accurate
Well,
than Tim Tebow.
I think I would move him up a little bit after
Per
like,
sources.
discussing today. But I'm
Yeah.
thinking you can't put him above 20. No,
Yeah,
But see,
There's a lot of Drek. So I don't need. So here's the thing:
It's
if
like-
he can learn to pass a little bit, if he can get that completion percentage up to something halfway decent, 60%,
yeah, right.
then he can be pretty dangerous.
Please.
You have Daniel Jones, okay? I can't with you. All right. So-
but wait. There's one last
Apparently,
thing
he
though
was
about
good
that.
in college.
But there's also one last thing about that. It goes back to talking about it now in February. I'll never be able to look at him again without thinking this. But once all the situations calm down and all the quarterbacks are set and everybody's somewhere, if Jalen Hurts is the only one that's left there in Philadelphia, then yes, his value is going to go up more than what it should be right now.
I agree.
So, but I still think it'd be somewhere in between what she said and what he said. I don't know that he's
So,
right outside the top
She said
12.
20. I said outside.
She said 24, first
24.
of all.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So
I know.
average of 24 and 15 is 19 and a half. So he's the quarterback 19 and a half.
Ask me where Tua is, and you probably
So
won't.
there we go.
I want to move him up more than that a little bit.
You want to move him up more than 15 or more than 19?
More than 19. So we're going to skew it so that the average works out. I'm going to make him QB.
And
10
everyone,
in mine.
I can see the chat going off right now, and that's so, I get it. Everyone's very upset. He did not play enough for me to rank him any higher. So I'm not gonna give him the credit that he just like maybe you guys think he deserves.
But
He did
Steph,
not play enough.
Dynasty. You have to forecast.
I'm
like
not,
Daniel
I'm
Jones.
forecasting this. This
Like
is what
you-
I'm forecasting.
You know how you
Not
keep
about
pretending
it.
Daniel Jones is good at football? Because like you have
Yeah,
this
and
belief
then
that it's
for-
going to happen.
I will forecast what I want, and Daniel Jones is not much higher on my list, so everyone can
Where's he
just
at?
relax. I'm first of all,
Two?
I'm never telling anyone these.
3.
No, I have him at 23. So
Daniel
everyone.
Jones?
Oh, so he's one spot higher.
Actually, I have Jalen. Wait, he's at 25, 26. I lied.
He's dropping like a fly.
As the show by the time the show's over, unranked.
Yeah, he's actually off my list because of this.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, mainly it's
I'm,
you, Shane.
I'm also not going to. I'm not going to like give him this high ranking. We haven't seen enough. What are we going to do? Base it off of his college? No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him QB 13. I'm gonna stick to my original premise.
You guys
He's
are
right outside the
so
top 12.
serious? 13.
Well, I'm looking at the chats, and they're really making some good points.
So then wait a second then. So kind of back what Chase was asking before then. If you have him at 13, what is his value then if you're going to do a trade? Like if you're going to
You
go
guys
try
are
to trade
so
for him or trade him away?
Everyone jerks off to these fucking rushing quarterbacks. It was my first
Because they get you additional fantasy
Like,
points.
you guys
She's
don't
looking
realize
the chat.
He literally can't throw the ball. Like he literally can't throw the ball. So I don't know where this is coming from. You guys have to get over it. You did-
According to Jay Rich, and I'm not going to vet this at all. I'm going to assume it's true. Jay Rich says that he was over 65% in college. Now, how many of those
Barely
were
getting college.
screens and offs? I don't know. Jay Rich, get back to me on the percentage on that and the air yards on those throws, please.
care what he did in college.
Sorry, Chase.
Oh.
I tried to steer it to value, but it didn't happen.
Value.
You did, you did. I
well,
actually like Hurts a lot, but my concern is the fact that the Indianapolis Colts and the way that they, Nick Sirianni has actually built this team, or I should say the Colts built their team when Nick Sirianni came on board, gets me a little bit concerned because I believe it was 6 out of their 9, and I talked about it in the last show, 6 out of their 9 picks in the first 3 rounds in the first 2 years they had because they went into immediate rebuild. They actually drafted defensive players. They drafted 2 guards. They drafted a wide receiver with Paris Campbell. So sitting there and looking at it in the Eagles defense and how porous that secondary is, I'm actually very concerned, like overly concerned, that they're going to try and build that defense up for the Eagles first and the offensive line, which is aging, before they actually give Jalen Hurts help and the receiver position. So with that being said, I want to sit there and I want to bring up, the wide receiver potentially 1 for the Eagles team, which is Jalen Reagor. Like, is he the wide receiver 1? Or are they like, do they need to go find somebody this offseason? Like, I want to start with Shane because Shane is the fan over here. Like, Shane, what is going to happen with the draft?
Yeah, you're the Eagles fan, Shane.
Don't
remember?
root for the Eagles.
Yes, you do.
It's bullshit. I need a drink.
No, Shane, we need an answer.
The question.
What is going to happen? What is going to happen with the Eagles and the wide receiver and the help?
This is what he does now. He pretends not to be an Eagles fan and he gets mad.
He says it to me all the time. I'm like, you're
Rager, I think Rager has the upside to be a 1. I thought he had the upside to be a 1 last year.
Yeah, but has that changed?
I like them right behind CD Lamb.
God,
he just said he can't catch. He just said he can't catch.
He can't.
Chase did.
He can catch.
He can. He had a 10% drop rate in college. Over that, it was like 10.8. And now coming in the NFL, he dropped pass left and right. He can't.
Left and right. Is that a percentage? Like if I flip a card over, it's going to say, "Oh, the catch percentage, left and right drops."
You want me to pull up his drop rate because
you're making it up?
While he pulled it up. You can also tell Shane didn't read the entire show sheet because even on the show sheet, you said you want to put him in tier 5 of wide receivers.
No, I saw that.
But I did not.
Wait, there was a show sheet?
Yes, it's in the group chat.
You were invited to that chat, Stephanie.
Sorry.
Yes, she was. So she got the link. It's
been a long day.
Had to get it.
Great. It's too
Did you just crab claw back up to your computer?
Yeah.
He's like rolling on his chair.
It's CrossFit. I still like Rager a lot.
Oh God, sorry, chat. I was very distracted and not.
Yes, he was.
Pull up all of these comments. Thank you for bringing them.
Rager was injured most of the year. He tore his
flying.
UC, which again apparently is an actual ligament in your thumb. Is that what it's called? UC joint, some shit.
I thought you said uvula at first. I was like,
no.
Don't stand that way.
Didn't that come up the other night? Was that Shane that brought that up?
Oh
I brought up the uvula.
No, it was somebody that did.
I'm done. I gotta go. This has been fun.
I don't even understand what you guys were talking about. How could that possibly come up?
No one said that.
Yes, that happened. I don't even know if you were on that show, Steph. It might have been the last time you came on, Shane.
Oh,
like, were you guys doing like myths? Like, oh, women don't even have clitorises. That's not a real thing. Is that what you're doing?
And now we'll go in a totally different direction.
I just started drinking. So,
do we get an intermission on this?
So Jalen Reagor.
Is there another ad to play?
Yeah, I'm still playing. I'm still buying Jalen Reagor. If I can get him for a second, I'll be over the moon.
Wait, Rager for a second?
Yeah.
What?
He just.
If I can get.
I didn't even have Rager in my first round this past year. I had him as a late second. I wouldn't have even taken him in the third.
Okay, well then you're stupid because no one's ADP had him there. So you're an outlier. Congratulations.
That doesn't make him stupid because he has a different opinion.
Going off.
Wait,
UCL. It's UCL. That's the thing. UCL.
Did you hear it? Oh, somebody's car alarm's going off.
Usually it's Shane when there's sounds coming through.
Yeah, I don't. Apparently, I live in a terrible neighborhood. So, like, if we're ever live streaming and like you see me just duck, it's probably because bullets are coming through my window.
I have edited a lot of sounds out of the show over the years.
Let's real quick. I just want to do a quick run through because we had a bunch of questions. I'm trying to scroll back up towards the top so we can answer just a few of these. Hurts outside the 15 if he's a starter. Are we ignoring the 50-yard run per game rushing?
We are.
He goes, yes.
Ignoring it. But you can't do this, okay? In the top 15, I promise.
Juju to the Raiders is not going to be a thing for me. I think that they want Ruggs to actually play the slot. Meanwhile, they already have a slot receiver as well with Darren Waller.
Is 50 yards a game really his floor? Because that's 800 rushing yards a year. Are we just acting like that's normal?
Good math. See, Shane's not that bad at math. Look at that.
He has a calculator on his screen, I'm sure.
He already saw these comments and went through and made sure that he had them all.
He took some notes already.
Oh, I love it. All right, let's go ahead and go to Jordan over here. Jordan wanted to know, how reliable Mike is when you have Taysom Hill at quarterback.
See, I told you.
Sorry.
I told you.
I'm totally getting my purposes revoked.
For those podcast listeners, they just pulled up a calculator from Shane's share screen.
I've been doing this way too long with Shane to not know what he just did right there.
Oh my god! All right, so is Mike Thomas going to lose value? Is he going to lose value if Taysom Hill is the starting quarterback?
Everybody's going to lose value if Taysom Hill's the quarterback.
Thank you, sir. I think that I don't want to go first. Actually, I'm sick of me first.
Listen. I would rather it be Jameis Winston there than Taysom Hill. And it's funny, during the season, that's what I always thought was going to happen. Then when the opportunity finally happened, then they put in Taysom Hill instead. And they didn't really give Jameis the chance to play because they said that they wanted to see what they had and everything. And now over the last couple of weeks, every story you see online is that Jameis is going to be the guy now, and it's not going to be Taysom. So it's just weird because it goes back to that other stuff where everybody's just talking. You don't really know. But especially for Kamara and stuff, I would much rather have Jameis as the quarterback than Taysom Hill.
For sure.
I mean, all of a sudden, Traquan Smith actually becomes the topic of conversation again. Is he not? I'm sitting there and I'm looking at, Jameis Winston, and I love the possibility of him going to the Colts, but I can understand the excitement if he is the starting quarterback.
Many people can go to the Colts.
It seems like everybody says
Wentz is going to be their
all going to the Colts.
So Wentz is their first half quarterback. Winston's second half. Yeah. Then they have an overtime guy.
Okay.
And then relief if necessary.
Okay.
Yeah. What about Eason? I would like Eason to get a chance. I have him on a lot of teams.
Love Chase. You say his name all the time.
Jacob Eason?
No, the other one. What's this dumb? It'll come up. You'll say it.
Kevin?
Jacoby Brissett?
Tom?
Yes!
He's a free agent.
I want Jacoby Brissett to get... Is he? I didn't realize that. Oh, he is a free agent. You're right.
Yeah, you've been saying he's going to the Colts.
No. He's already with the Colts. I actually wanted him to get traded. I actually wanted him to get traded to the Eagles in a package because he's the perfect backup quarterback for Carson Wentz. Why are you shaking your head, Shane? He is literally the ideal backup quarterback for Jalen Hurts.
Well, the Colts don't own the rights to him anymore, so they can't trade him.
Yes. But I didn't realize that at the time.
That's the biggest hole in your plan.
Yeah, that's massive. Wait, did you say
pole in your plan?
Yeah.
You said pole in your plan.
He did say pole.
He did.
I literally asked the same thing. It's the biggest hole. Yes, it is the biggest hole in my plan.
I support your pole.
Whoa. Shane, this is the second time you blushed on our podcast. I'm just saying. You've been on our podcast twice, and we have made you blush.
I mean, it's just because that's the closest I've had to sex in like 5 months, so whatever.
Oh, God damn it. Next question, sir.
I miss these shows so much.
Oh, my God.
All right, so let's go ahead as I try and scroll down and figure out what the hell is happening. Let's go ahead and dive into, some of these. We didn't even answer the last question. Is there anybody that's
Did we answer any of them?
What was the question?
Is Rager the wide receiver one?
Yes.
No.
Oh, wait, yes. For that team,
it's very
maybe
cute, the Eagles.
Yeah, but who would they pick up in essence? Like
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase makes sense if he makes it to him. I don't know if he does. What about going into the free agency with Corey Davis?
They can't afford to.
They can't afford. They literally have. Yeah. I wish I had a penny to show you. That's all they have.
Howie Roseman is a genius.
No, he's not. No, not in this scenario.
Yes, they're negative.
Scenario. Not when you're negative 71. No,
they're negative 60 million. Well, you're right. He should have foreseen that pandemic coming. That was going to cause the cap to drop.
You're right. He should have. If he was so smart, he would have.
What's their name? What's their cap expert name? I think his name is like Kai or something like that. I think it's like Kai.
He's an idiot.
No, he's actually brilliant because they've been operating in the negative the entire time that Howie Roseman's been there almost.
How long has he been there?
21 years. So essentially, we look at their thing and we're like, there's no way they can sign a player. Then all of a sudden they go out and sign a super team that never works. I'm not saying that they have a good team. I'm not saying they have a good coaching staff. I'm saying that Howie Roseman is great with the salary cap along with their salary cap expert.
Kai Forsyth.
Yes, that's him. So he's brilliant. He literally Wait, is that it? Was that it? Or they just make that up? We can't hear you. You're muted. So, anyways, he's literally been talking for like 5 minutes.
I'm on mute. I was trying to say Kai Forbath, the kicker, but I got the name wrong.
Forbath. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
What is that?
No, mini fubbers, ninesters, mini fubs. If you're a Bears fan, no, you should not like the Wentz trade rumors. He's not a player that's going to make players around him better.
No, this is a horrible idea. Yeah. This is like there actually couldn't be a worse team for Wentz than the Bears.
He will not make a podcast. We cannot put this on a podcast. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into some other second-year wide receivers. All right, I want to play with some tiers, right? Because I know that Shane is going to hate me for these tiers, but like I was sitting there and I was looking at it, and since you guys are experts with the Dynasty Trades HQ, I had the toughest time trying to dismiss Dynasty rookie draft value. So a good example of that was Jalen Reagor, where he was drafted high in Dynasty drafts. You know, in rookie drafts, he was. I just don't know how I should end up assessing these players' values. So what are you changing? Oh my God!
I'm correcting the grammar.
He's editing my show sheet right now.
What?
All right, so let's assign some trade values to these tiers and what it would take to pry these players away. We'll talk about the tier 1 with the superstars. Let me know if this falls
I'm
in
watching
line.
all this change.
You guys are looking, we're all actually paying attention to the show sheet.
Yes.
Well, only because Shane's editing it right now and fixing all the grammar errors and stuff.
Oh my God. All right, so let's start with tier 1, which are the superstars. If you guys want to add one in there or take one away, let me know. Justin Jefferson, Higgins, and CeeDee Lamb. Are there any arguments first off?
I don't know. You know,
I could see putting Ayuk in there though after what he did when he was on the field.
But is he tier 1? Like, is he elite?
I think your titles for the tiers make sense with tier 2, where it says buy before it's too late. You know, some of those guys, it may already be too late, or you may have to pay way more to try to get a couple. What, you can't find it, Steph?
No, I found it now. I'm just I'm confused by the tiers. I'm trying to.
Wait,
at least the grammar's right.
Tier 1 superstars. Jefferson,
you have Jefferson,
Higgins, and Lamb.
When you say what would it take to pry them away, I don't know that I would really. It would depend on your team, but I don't think that I would trade away Jefferson or Higgins or. I mean, Shane always says everything's for sale, but
yes,
if you're a team that's a contender and you drafted Jefferson and he's played the way he played, I don't know that I would trade him away. I mean, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh no, trade him for 2 firsts or whatever." All right, well, what are you going to get with those 2 firsts that's as good as he is? You know,
what about CMC?
I don't care what happens to Judy ever. Like you can take him for whatever. I just don't care what happens with him.
Judy?
We'll get to that. Hold on, we're talking about tier 1.
Sorry,
I was talking about Jefferson.
I know, but I'm looking at the show sheet now, and
I'm going to say I'd put Ayuk in that tier.
I think so too. Is where I was going. I think that Ayuk does not. That's where I was just getting back to that point.
Ayuk is really like untouchable almost for you guys. Like I'm talking about, like, you know, we're talking about maybe Miles Sanders.
That's not a tier for me.
Okay, so what would you trade for Justin Jefferson? That's what I'm saying. Like, what would you trade? Like CMC.
Nothing.
CMC?
Wait,
I'll take
Saquon
CMC
Barkley.
for Jefferson.
No,
Not Saquon. No.
not my baby boy. Hell no.
Yes, I would trade. If I could get CMC for Jefferson straight up, I'd do that all day.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'd probably
I
take
thought
DeAndre Swift over Jefferson.
That's
And I
what
was
I'm
going
trying to
back to-
figure out value-wise, right?
Yeah.
That's part of assigning value, Shane.
It's going to be the running back. It'd have to tier 1 running back, not like RB1, but like one of the top tier running backs.
I would possibly give Kamara for Jefferson.
Ooh.
I actually would.
Types?
I wouldn't see. I was going more along the lines of the picks when you were talking about the value. I thought we were going back to talking about picks, so that's where I was saying I wouldn't trade him for picks, but I would trade Jefferson to get Kamara. You know, the thing is I just hope it's not. I hope it's not Taysom Hill as the quarterback there. I just don't want it to be Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I just think Kamara without Breeze, there's no chance that I'm gonna do that.
That's interesting for me. I mean, we have a very strong receiver class early on coming in as well. So I'm kind of curious how it's all going to line up. But of course, Justin Jefferson is definitely a top 12 wide receiver in Dynasty moving forward, along with Higgins, which I think is a little bit further back, but not that far back.
Always get I feel like wide receivers like that are not as replaceable as running backs are. So Kamara, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, but sitting there and looking at it like, all right,
I like how you fade away while you're talking.
Kamara, I'm done. No, so sitting there and looking at it, they're like, I mean, is Ayuk in this category of, hey, I need the CMC, I need the Kamara, I need the Saquon Barkley, I need this, like Shane said, this top tier running back in order to command a return? Or could you go with a guy like Miles Sanders, Shane? Like, could you go with a player that's in that second, third tier? That's where I was trying to. Where I was trying to divide it. Where I was trying to create that barrier.
I got you. Yeah. So no, you don't need to pay that for Ayuk right now, and if you do, you're completely overpaying. So yeah, point made.
But what about the other three? Would you
them?
trade Jefferson, Higgins, and Lamb for Miles Sanders?
Ew.
I'd want something back. Besides,
but those are all belong in the same category, right?
Yeah. Those are the tier 1 rookie wide receivers, I think, from last year. I think that's definite. We saw what CD Lamb could do when Dak was healthy. We saw Higgins was balling out when Burrow, before he was injured, and Jefferson was obviously out of worldly all year.
Yeah. Steffi, what were you saying about Judy? You were saying that he should be higher than 3?
Wait, we got
No.
Stop. We got Judy coming up. Let's go ahead and bounce on to tier 2 because Judy did not make tier 2. He did not.
He should not even make tier 3.
But let's go ahead. Let's hit tier 2 with Ayuk, Claypool, Shenault, and Pittman. Do you believe that any of these guys should not be in this tier first off?
Yeah. Based off this tier, you can go ahead and move Pittman down to 3.
Yep.
Move Judy up to 2.
Okay, calm down.
And Shenault, I gotta be honest with you, I'll put Shenault at 3 as well.
Please. I was be playing a league together.
I was going to say the Pittman thing, though, like Steffi said before, every quarterback is going to end up being the quarterback in Indianapolis, so you don't know what's going to happen over there with him. I agree with what Shane said about those moves. Maybe not the Judy part, but the other ones I agree.
I actually like Pittman regardless of whatever player they use because of the fact that they try to utilize the outside wide receivers. And, when we look at Rivers, he's never had an outside wide receiver. No, they try to. They try to incorporate it.
I wouldn't move Pittman. I don't know.
You have Trevor Lawrence coming into Jacksonville, baby. Like, he is ready to rip shit up. And also, Urban Meyer's system incorporates a lot of the slot receivers. Jeff, if you're still listening.
DJ Chark's still going to ball out. That's the receiver to own in Jacksonville.
So, yeah, of course. And my favorite receiver in the college ranks, of course, or was in the college ranks, Colin Johnson moving forward. But,
how did he make tier 4? Like, your tiers are fucking crazy.
Why are my tiers crazy? We will talk about it in a second. Why are you jumping ahead on the show sheet? Stop it.
Unfortunately, everybody seems to be doing it. So.
There's more tiers? No, this is all wrong. Are you
We have literally agreed on everything outside of one tier.
Well, that's
She
true.
just saw that it goes to 6.
We didn't agree on
There's how many? Why is
Judy?
Mims? Judy should not be above Mims by any means.
Judy should be above
I will
Mims.
die on this.
You guys are literally on the opposite end of the spectrum. I'm using equal balances over here, okay?
Davis over Mooney over. You guys are fucking high. Everyone is high. I am.
Did you read what the descriptions are?
Ready to make the leap. Oh, so he's not saying these are bad things. These are good
I
things.
see now.
Can the audience see this?
Did you
Did
guys
you
Well, I'll
post this
share it.
anywhere?
Did you
Yeah, I'll
guys
share my
not?
content.
Did you guys not listen? By the way, did you guys not listen to the fact that we have to dismiss the dynasty, or not to dismiss the dynasty rookie draft value? This is where I started out the whole entire show. I feel like you just fucking threw it out the window. You guys literally took it,
I missed
threw it in
that
a
part.
fucking diaper, and threw it out the fucking car window. Okay, because we're sitting there, we're talking about like having to incorporate dynasty
God.
rookie draft value. Okay,
I see. Okay, I get it now.
like, it was tough for me. If I wanted to rank rookies, we'd be talking about a whole different thing.
No.
But you still have to evaluate where they were drafted. So tier 3, we have the
Shane's sharing it.
expected more.
that everyone could see what we're looking at, so it makes sense.
The expected more, right? And this one was tricky. No, Shane, stop it. All right. So the expected more, where we almost moved Pittman down. Shane, stop it. I'm taking away your privileges here in 1 second. God damn it. Shane, stop. I can't do. Where do I can't.
I don't know. I've never seen him do this before.
I've corrected the tiers. I've moved Rager up to 2 before it's too late.
Oh, I see. They have titles.
Yeah. Yes. He look.
You didn't
Chase,
see the titles
I didn't give it
before?
to Chase. He tried. It's not his fault what's happening on this show tonight.
Oh my God. I
I'm
quit
ready.
out with you guys. It's
All right, next
Shane's
one.
back.
So let's go to tier
All right.
4.
No,
So
tier
she's
3.
moving him now too.
No,
What?
I'm
No.
not.
No, I'm doing it, and I'm switching it back to the way that it was supposed to be when we had this conversation.
Are you?
All right,
why
so-
are you messing up the tiers?
So,
Okay, first of all, Judy. There's no way you could put Judy in tier 3.
I
Judy.
agree.
Judy. Look, you
you
might
just
not
said
like
Judy
Judy.
should be in tier 4.
Tier.
I think he's
No.
tier 5. I think you need to
Oh my
see a
God.
pop from him.
See,
You
he's
guys
saying
are fucking
tier
nuts.
2.
He's tier 2.
All right. So, anyways, the expected more tier. We have Judy. We have Rager. We have
Uh-oh.
Brooks. All right. And honestly, like I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Pittman. I want to move into the slot, but I think that with
Your
the
access has been
quarterback.
expired.
Yeah, mine too. I got kicked
Well,
out
that's
too.
not fair.
Yep, you guys are done. So, if we sit there and we look at it, Jerry, Judy, and Rose,
Dude, how do you have Mims in tier 5?
and Rager, like sitting there and looking at it, is this something I swear like we need to see a jump this upcoming year?
I
in
don't
order to
like.
keep them.
First of all, I don't like your tiers anymore
Can I
because now I'm
also
looking
make
at the
a point?
players in
Because I
there.
don't think the viewers can see the tiers on here have like a title to them.
So
I said it. I literally
Yeah.
announced
I know,
it.
but I don't
Here,
think everyone's getting
I'll share my
it.
screen.
Yelling. It's not just like
You can't
Like,
share it anymore. He
I think
took
it's
your
a
privileges
like,
away.
Tier 1 is superstars. Tier 2 is buy before it's too late. Then it's tier 3 is expected more. This was a tricky one. Almost moved it down.
I just said that like for you guys to see. By
I know,
the way.
So see,
God damn
look,
it.
Look
if
at
you see
Chase's
here,
face.
right? This is very misleading. When you say that
They can't see it.
I shared my screen.
Yeah,
He took
I
your
have to share
access
it.
away. You can't do it anymore.
No,
Son of a
Jade, I'm
bitch.
gonna be honest. I was the one putting it up there. I was holding you.
That
You were
was
holding me up.
Oh, that wasn't even him. That was you.
It
no,
was-
because Jerry Judy got shifted to the second tier. That was no way. That was her.
I
guys
moved
both
Jared
got
Judy
voted.
to the second
Oh,
tier.
yeah.
Where he
No,
deserves
yeah,
to
but
be.
she was showing it. It wasn't him showing it. He was
Oh,
changing
she
it,
did.
but she was showing it.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't see it. 'Cause
Steffi
I
was
was too
showing
busy
it.
on the damn show sheet trying to figure out what direction we were going in, trying to manage this damn podcast. And I can't do that. We're losing viewers now by the fucking second.
Okay, let's go. Seriously, pull it together, everyone. God damn it.
We
Let's
literally
focus,
went
guys.
from
We're
like
professionals.
25 viewers down to 11 over the past 30 seconds. So
Nice.
let's go ahead and talk about the tier 3, please. Let's go ahead and talk about the expected more, something you want to see more from. And that's Jerry Judy, Jalen Rager, and Henry Ruggs.
Oh, I agree. Judy would
Yeah.
belong there.
Sitting there and looking at it like, you wanted to see more. You drafted him with, high expectations.
Yeah, I would never
Same thing with Rager, same thing with Ruggs. Like, where are they going to fall? Do they need to make a jump in this next year, or is it pretty much over at this point?
Over. The fuck? Judy just put up like I got to look up his stats now, but didn't he just drop like 900 yards, 800 yards?
So, I mean, but sitting there looking at it, like when most fantasy assets, and
856.
this is actually a credit to the team over there. They don't jump in value a lot of times, and they pretty much become busts if they don't break out in their rookie year. Like that sophomore campaign isn't as relevant as what most people are led to believe. Same thing with the third-year jump. The third-year jump hasn't happened in years.
So you're saying if they don't break out in that first year, they're going to just disappear?
Yeah.
To an extent, it's a lot lower rate in terms of dynasty values. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I believe that was Jacob that actually did that study. Dynasty values, if they don't break out in their first year, tend to only increase at a 34% rate compared to what they're drafted at.
Yeah, but what's the
So-
breakout threshold?
Their rookie year.
No shit. I meant number wise.
51, or I don't know what the breakout threshold is. We're talking about dynasty value, not actual breakout threshold. We're talking about them increasing in value in dynasty aspects
Okay, so
in trades.
let me ask you this. Robert Woods, right? Just for example, and he's obviously not a rookie because he's been in the league for 40 years. His value never increases. It produces his ADP every year. So if Judy, let's just say he's drafted as a wide receiver 2 every year and finishes as a wide receiver 1, is that not valuable? I know it's not value, but that's fine. If I can get him and pay less.
I think the biggest thing is where you can acquire and sell Judy for at certain times. So essentially, or if you're going to see a jump in Jerry Judy, in Henry Ruggs, in Jalen Reagor, right, then you can increase value. But in most cases, that's not happening because there's valued so high as rookies. Rookies are always the hottest topic. It's very similar like trading cards and whatnot, where everybody wants the hottest rookie, and most of the time they don't end up paying it out. But their best time to sell is actually at the time that they're a rookie, not necessarily at the time that they're a sophomore or a third-year player.
Well, best time to sell is actually even before that when they're a rookie pick because their outlook is infinite. You have no idea. You can peddle any story you want. Well, I'm gonna get Trevor Lawrence with this 101, and he's Andrew Luck plus Deshaun Watson plus Peyton Manning. So
who is throwing the ball to Judy next year?
Oh,
Carson Wentz.
Now we have Carson Wentz going to
Prescott. Let's go.
Bears.
But see that, and that's the other thing with the quarterbacks going around. But we've talked about that a million times, Chase, over the last 4 years of doing the show. The rookie values are just crazy. And if you're going to talk about the dynasty community about the value being that way, isn't the value already set too high as it is? Because of the way everybody thinks that every rookie coming in is going to be the next Jerry Rice and the next greatest player. So they already have this giant level that they have to meet. So if most of them don't meet it, I don't know that they could be considered a bust right away because we're the ones, well, not all of us, but with the community and as a whole is the one that puts them as high as they are. Like, who is that? Jordan Vanek just said Devonta Parker. There's always going to be some outliers of people that they're supposed to be great, didn't do it, and then he started doing fantasy-wise great. But I think it's our fault that it ends up being this way.
I don't know if it's fault. Rookie picks, the things about rookie picks is they're fungible. Like I said, there's that infinite possibility of what it could be. So,
right, but he's not talking about rookie picks. He's talking about once the rookies play in their first year and then don't break out in their first year, then what was the percentage? What did you say?
34% was the breakout rate, or the percent that they actually increase in value, and that's all rookie wide receivers that they increase in value from year 1 to year 2.
34% of rookie wide receivers increase from year 1 to year 2.
Yeah, and their value. Yep. In
and then
terms of trade value.
But what about the COVID aspect with this year where there was no rookie camps, there was no training camps? This was like a totally different year. There was players that weren't playing and then didn't play this week and did play that week. There's so many different variables to even say whether any of these guys were good or not this year. Oh, we lost Shane.
Well, he'll come back. He'll be back soon.
Oh, this happens at least 3 times every time we do a show. So,
yeah, no, it works out. But the biggest thing was that I did a study with the whole lockout thing when they weren't able to practice, and actually at the time, rookies weren't even able to communicate with their coordinators at the time. Like coaches weren't allowed to communicate or anything like that. There was not a drop off in production for rookie wide receivers that year. It was almost the exact same. So I don't think it affected them as much, especially with having that classroom time and the amount of work that they did towards, getting their bodies in shape, towards getting ready for the combine. I actually think it helped them out because there's a lot of rookie wide receivers that get hurt in most years because they do end up putting themselves out for that large amount of time. I just don't see it being the case this year. I think that it actually helped them to an extent. And I think it's something worth exploring for rookie camps in the future as to where maybe they don't do as much on-site practicing as they would have. They actually go over the playbook more often because it worked out for them.
Yeah, but they also increased again the DPIs. They lowered the calls of offensive holding.
Yeah, that's true too.
So the NFL is not stupid. They knew that there was going to be issues, and they did what they could to make sure that the offense was still scoring. And honestly, it's easier to play offense. I know what I'm doing. It's easier for me to do what I know I'm doing than for you to try to stop what you don't know it's coming. So in my mind, the offense is easier.
Well, they also, following up with what Chase was saying, though, there is going to be a lot of changes going forward, even when COVID's gone and we're back to normal. They're going to still implement some of the stuff that they've done this year with the Zoom meetings and some of that. What are you shaking your head? No. Why are you saying no?
Oh, COVID's not going away. I mean, it's
yeah.
All
right. Listen, I want to be hopeful that it's going away. You know,
no,
would you trade Herbert for Lawrence?
Yeah, we need to answer this because Bob actually put something up for Dynasty Trade Calculator.
I'll take Lawrence.
Yeah, I think I would too.
I had Lawrence as well. Steph, are you taking Herbert or Lawrence?
I'm taking Lawrence. Sorry, I don't know. I haven't tried to make it suspenseful. I don't know.
That's what that dance was? You were trying to be suspenseful?
Yeah, I don't
She was
know.
dancing? I missed that.
She was dancing.
Yeah, whatever. Just spice it up.
She was standing on her table dancing.
That's you.
No, I've actually done that.
You did it on one show. You got on top of the table.
Yeah, and I danced. I shook my ass in the camera. What's up?
You didn't shake
All
your
right.
ass.
I didn't shake my ass.
Don't give Shane any ideas, please.
All right, so sitting there and looking at it, let's go ahead and hop on to tier 4. I want to start with Steffi on this one. We have Donovan Peoples-Jones, we have Colin Johnson, we have Darnell Mooney, we have Gabriel Davis.
No.
This is for tier
Not
4,
yes
which
or
are
no.
players ready to make the leap.
Ready to make the leap. Please repeat yourself, sir. Wait, I found it.
Which
Okay.
We're almost
players
through
are,
the show sheet.
I know this is almost the end.
we're actually not. You guys just did not enter in your last segment, so
And
it's actually-
we're already an hour into it.
I'm
too.
going to make that up as I go along.
I figured that.
I didn't
you
even
normally
know
do.
there was a show sheet. Okay. All right.
I literally said we were on a live or on a call, and I said I have to send you guys over the show sheet.
Okay, it's fine.
Dynasty
It
Trades
doesn't matter.
show.
That's very logistical. Like it's just logistical.
Very logistic. It feels very technical to me. I don't know.
It seems
Yeah.
involved.
Well, when he sent that message, the first thing Shane said, "Oh wait, there's really a show sheet."
I'm not gonna get in a nap.
I just think it's part of my persona.
Like he was actually gonna look at the
them
show
like
sheet.
before.
No, I
messaged
looked at it and then I
messaged
closed it.
Chase like 20 minutes before it started and said the show sheet makes no sense to me.
I thought it was the other one that
I'm
did.
like, which one? Oh, I don't know. One of the show sheets, one of the shows today said, I don't understand what this is
Oh
trying
shit,
to.
Faith.
Oh my god! What?
I haven't Faith hasn't been on a show in a minute. What's up,
What's
Faith?
up, Sliss? Okay, so what's the question
Faith,
about
What's the
team?
question? How do you have, and someone else asked this, how the fuck do you have Gabe Davis and like Colin Johnson in the same tier?
So love
Oh, wait,
Colin
they said
Johnson.
Darnell Mooney. Never
Because he
mind.
loves Colin Johnson. He said it.
I
He
know,
said
but-
that was his favorite college guy.
Wait,
He
ready to
flashed
take a leap
once.
of what?
He didn't flash once. He flashed more than once.
Leap of get the fuck off my team. What are we doing?
Yeah, that would be something that we would look into to see what the value is that he leaps off a team.
Because like none of these guys are getting me very excited right now.
Gabe Davis gets me kind of
Like he does.
bothered.
Yeah, I was gonna
What
say
about Darnell Mooney?
I'm okay.
I love
with
Darnell Mooney.
Well, actually, I love him. If everyone doesn't realize, I accidentally drafted Colin Mooney instead of Darnell Mooney in one of my leagues.
There's a Colin Mooney?
There's a Colin.
Exactly. Now he owns my team. He played in the league for like 25 seconds.
And he sent her some autographed gloves.
Sent me all this autograph stuff. And
Did
now
he
he's
really?
cool.
Yeah,
Like,
because she posted
and
she
he
drafted
owns
him.
my team, and I'm so stubborn. The guys were like, "Steph, we know that you didn't mean to do that. Like, we'll give you." I meant to do it, and I was
Oh my
too
God.
fucking stubborn to admit it. So I got Colin Mooney, who hasn't been in the league since like who the fuck knows when. I don't even know why he's on sleeper.
But that's awesome though that he sent
Yeah,
you
he's cool.
stuff.
He's very cool, and now he co-owns my team. But anyway, we're
Yeah.
like buddy. He's like my buddy now. But
The biggest thing is like, all right, Colin Johnson now has the perfect quarterback that fits his skill set. Don't forget about what T. Higgins did over there. So he has a perfect quarterback to fit his skill set, which is the outside, over the shoulder pass type receiver with Colin Johnson. Then we sit there and we look at DPJ, who is ready to break out, who now has both Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. And
Maybe.
if they cut both of them, then they only incur like $3 million in dead cap space while saving 27 or something along those lines. So now you have all of a sudden wide receiver one, who was, by the way, I believe a top 5 wide receiver prospect out of high school, who never got the right coaching because of the fact he went to Michigan for whatever reason even with scholarship offers from Ohio State. He went to Michigan, and they have no business developing wide receivers. They have terrible quarterback options.
Business. They have no business.
No business.
Chase,
And
I like DPJ as a stash, but dude, what's the hit rate on 7th rounders?
I was gonna say.
But he said not to take into consideration the draft picks.
No, I said I tried not to. But you have to. But he still ended up having multiple different games where he had, like, when he saw the volume,
multiple different games.
He still had multiple games. God damn it, you guys are fucking with me, and I'm tired of it. All right, so he had multiple games where he still produced when he was given the opportunity. When he was throwing the ball, he produced every time. He just wasn't throwing the ball a whole lot because of the fact that they had a very crowded wide receiver room.
You earn your targets. You know, I mean,
yeah, and that's why
I used to make this leap too, where I'd go, well, look what this guy did on 20 targets. Imagine what he'd do on 40. Imagine what he'd do on 80.
True.
And that never comes because that dude earned 20 targets.
Traquan Smith is a perfect example of that. But
yeah, I like whatever his name is, DPJ. But him and Gabe Davis are miles apart for me. Miles. Like Gabe Davis, you're talking about they could cut Beckham and they could cut Landry. There's no way they're cutting both of them at the same time. In Buffalo, they need to cut people based off their cap. There's about 100% chance that John Brown's gone.
Yeah, I think he's gone too, to be honest.
And Gabe Davis looked better than him last year anyway. So that to me, Gabe Davis is the buyout of that tier. But Darnell Mooney too, although we don't know who his quarterback is going to be for the next few years. So that's a little troublesome.
So then do you move Gabe Davis up into
where do you put Gabe Davis?
Gabe Davis.
You look at your
your tier 3 makes no sense because it's like expect it more. Like that seems so judgmental.
Yeah, it is judgmental because I expected more from Judy, Rager, and Ruggs.
Right? Like I feel like my ex. Like, what the fuck?
Where you drafted Judy, Ruggs, and Rager, like those were all first round picks in most cases. Like you expected more, so do you move him up?
I think he's ready to make the leap. Oh, he's in that.
That's what I said. Literally, everybody has said the only one that you guys could actually probably disagree with.
I think he's ready to make the leap.
Colin Johnson, and I'm just a fanboy of Colin Johnson.
I agree. I think he's ready to make the leap.
I think most of these guys are just ready to make the leap.
Well, the next tier is called Need to See a Pop.
Ooh.
Hey,
so, essentially, thank you for the lead on this. We have Edwards. Like this is like the guys that are going to fall off if they're not going to produce this year. Like, you know, you might as well just throw them away, throw them in the garbage.
Well, I think it's rude, some of these. It's a little rude. But go ahead.
Brian Edwards, Denzel Mims, Lynn Bowden, and KJ Hamler. And I love Lynn Bowden. He's one of my favorite receivers. I wanted to put him up with ready to make the leap. But if Miami ends up drafting a wide receiver, then Lynn Bowden's in the trash. So let's go ahead and start out with Steph. Stephanie, who do you see?
As she walks away.
Wait, did she really walk away?
She walked away.
My entire weight.
She's been asking a few times if we could take an intermission.
She needs more White Claw.
I can't
She finally gets up.
No, because I just spit out like half my White Claw because Shane is so funny. What the fuck did you just say, Shane?
He doesn't even remember.
Shane didn't even say anything.
I don't think I said anything.
Right, someone said something that was way too funny, and I'll go back and watch it. But
I would never make you spit.
103 is where we're at.
I don't want to go first.
Oh no!
I think it's
Michael, start with you.
rude to put Mims there.
Well, I was gonna say
the problem is with him. Like I feel like he's definitely ready to make the leap.
So this Jordan Vanek guy is smart.
Yeah, he is very
bringing up some Mooney stats. Yeah, Mooney. I like Mooney a lot. And
but the accurate passes were so low. Like he never was.
It was ridiculous. And even just watching the games, like you didn't even need to be a statistician, if that's a word. You could just see him getting underthrown.
No, and overthrown. Like he was open so many times where he had the defensive back beat. He was wide open. They couldn't hit him. All they need is a better quarterback. But Mike, let's start with you with this tier. Let me read it off one more time. We have players we need to see a pop from in tier 5. We have Brian Edwards, Denzel Mims, Lynn Bowden, and KJ Hamler.
Well, I do think it's funny that she's very upset about Denzel Mims, and she's been upset since she read the list. I liked Edwards. I liked Edwards, and
Me too.
I think what?
I like him too.
I think when you're all the way down here at these bottom lists, these guys are guys that once or twice they did something, and they were some players that people liked. I mean, people liked Edwards going into the draft last year. He wasn't in the first or second round, but you were getting him in the middle rounds of the drafts. I still believe that you can't have every single one of these rookies be the greatest thing in their first year. So I like Edwards. I'll say I like Mims only because of her, but I don't really.
You don't have. It's okay. You don't have to like him. I just like his potential going into next year, so I think he's definitely ready to make the leap.
Yeah, I liked Bowden going in, especially when he got traded to the Dolphins. I was like excited that something could happen, but nothing ever really did. And I agree with you. Depending
16, 15.
Okay, so you're going to talk about 1 week or 2 weeks, maybe? I'm just saying, I thought there would be more to him in the preseason, well, which we didn't have, but in the offseason, I thought there would be more to him, and it wasn't. And I agree with you, depending on who we draft down here in Miami, we have so many picks. Who we draft, he may just be something that will probably never happen, like you were talking about some of these guys never happening.
Do you see a pop, though? Like, is this something where if you see a pop from him over the first week, so it could change?
Pop?
Well, that's what I was just going to ask. I know.
Pop?
Well, when you say a pop, what do you mean? Like one game, 2 games?
Okay,
like a 3-game sample size,
Who popped this year?
That's a flash.
Who popped this year?
So wait, yeah, what?
Who was
Shane says it's a flash.
That's a flash. Yeah, that's a flash.
I want to know who popped. Everyone shut up and Chase, tell me who
Gabriel
popped.
Davis showed an excellent potential to pop.
No. Like, who popped from the year prior?
From 2019?
Yeah, someone that popped. I need a better example than someone that's on this list.
Benny Snell could have popped, possibly. I'm trying to think of names off the top of my head because this was thrown off left field.
James Conner in 2017. How about that?
Jordan Vanek says that Chase Claypool popped.
Oh,
but he flashed.
No, he popped.
He flashed.
I'm sorry that I asked. I just wasn't understanding.
No, it's but essentially they're looking for people that weren't rookies, right? You're looking for people that weren't rookies, right? So I mean, sitting there looking at running back Myles Gaskin. Oh my God!
You guys both said at the same time.
Oh my God!
That's so fucking cute.
That was awesome. But no, I mean, a player like Myles Gaskin, where, we didn't expect much from him, and then all of a sudden he came and he popped, and now he's a dynasty asset. So,
James Robinson.
No, James Robinson's a rookie, Shane. Okay? We're talking about non-rookies.
But I thought we were talking about rookie wide receivers.
We are, but she switched up the question.
But if she wants to know what a pop is.
Yeah, she wants to know what a pop is. Like a player that did not have any value in the first year that made a name for themselves in the second year.
So then you're saying that Denzel Mims doesn't? Denzel Mims has value still.
Yeah, and
I don't have any value on him.
Oh well, then you're crazy because Denzel Mims.
No value on Mims.
I'll move Denzel Mims above everybody on the tier above except for Gabe Davis.
Oh my God, I have to quit my job.
Okay.
But see, Chase, everybody has their own opinion, so it doesn't matter what other people say about your opinion. But
I know.
In this room, though, I think 3 of the 4 people agree that I'd move him up there above Colin Johnson and Donovan.
He showed nothing. He showed. Did he have a game over 4 receptions? Denzel Mims.
Dude, what are you talking about? First of all, he was injured, and yes, he had a couple games where he popped.
You know what I keep thinking of? And I can't believe I'm going to say this and I can't hold it in, but you guys know in like 21 Jump Street, they're like finger popping each other's. I don't want to say it, but I can't stop thinking of that.
I thought that was finger bang.
No, it's finger popping.
Oh my God.
Whatever, yeah.
So he had 1, 2, 3. He had 3 games in a row where he went over 61 receiving yards. 62 receiving.
That's not a pop.
Dude, that's a pop. He went 4 for 62. 3 for 71 and 4 for 67.
He needs structure. He needs a real system. He is good. He has a lot of value. Everyone is not.
He had no games above 11 fantasy points. He had no games above 11 fantasy points.
Yeah, you like, who is it? Let's see.
Colin Johnson.
Like, come on.
Yeah, Colin Johnson popped.
2 Drink says that Tyler Johnson popped.
Tyler. Not really. I like Tyler Johnson. What tier is he in?
He's
the next one. Because
What?
they have 2 wide receivers.
Your tiers are terrible.
wait, no.
Wait, I don't even see Tyler
How are my
Johnson on your
tiers
list.
terrible?
He's not. Your tiers don't even make sense. Like, why is Quez Watkins even named on here?
Wait, he
Because
doesn't have
he-
Tyler,
Antonio
he doesn't have
Gandy
Tyler
Golden?
Johnson
Like,
on this
these dudes
list.
didn't do
By the way,
shit.
Colin Johnson had 2 games better. 2 games better than who was it? Who were you guys just talking about? Denzel Mims? 2 games.
2 games, and that's where you
No,
decide.
no. So, yeah, definitely. He's the far
his
better
career
dynasty
high.
asset.
That is
But what-
career high for Denzel Mims, and Denzel Mims was a starting wide receiver. Colin Johnson was
how
the
many-
4th
okay,
string
hold
wide
on.
receiver. 4th.
Hold on there, Skippy. How many games did Denzel Mims play in first
Just
of
call
all?
me Skippy.
Yes.
He did, yes.
How many games did he play?
Are you talking about snap wise? Because
now I have to actually get
Physical
fucking
games.
serious, and I have to
No,
jerk
let's go
off
off
numbers.
steps.
You idiots.
He
jerk off
played
numbers.
9 games and started 8,
I hate the numbers. I hate
including a
them.
game where he had a 0% snap share.
Now I have to do dumb shit.
She's screaming while
I'm
Shane's
so-
talking.
all right, so Denzel Mims
Robbie was-
played significantly more snaps than Colin Johnson did. It's not even close. Like, it's not even relatively close.
How many snaps did he play?
It was close to 300.
Don't give me like. You better give me exacts when you're telling me it's not
45,
relatively close.
55, that's 100. 144.
Is it?
198.
Where are you getting these numbers from?
He's making them up.
298. No,
He's
298.
making them up.
But wait
No,
a
he
second.
played almost 500 or 450 snaps. That was as close. Like, it's literally it was
Whoa.
Denzel Mims.
Not. Where are you?
Yes, he did. I will.
He's looking
send
at
you
his
all that
offensive
link.
snaps.
Jordan
Yes.
says 247 snaps.
So
For
that's,
who?
yeah, 450, 247.
No. I'm looking at them right now. They're right in front of me.
Here's my point. And Steffi's point. Mims is a far more talented player than Colin Johnson. He ended up in a very worser situation
You said
in
worse.
Jacksonville. Yes,
There he goes
worser.
again. There he goes again.
In New
The
York.
worser.
New York. He plays in New York. So he played on one of the offenses with the slowest pace of game, one of the lowest pass attempts per game, things like that. Adam Gay's offenses are terrible, dude. Even if Jacksonville was bad last year, they at least threw the ball.
But Chase
Deontay
already
Johnson.
said.
Yeah, where's Deontay Johnson?
But wait, where's
Wait, that's second
Tyler?
year. Stop it.
But Tyler Johnson isn't
We're
on
talking
this
about the
list
top.
anywhere. No, I know,
Top.
but he's not on here. Tyler
Mims finally
Johnson.
has structure.
No.
That's it.
Discounted the fact that Chris Godwin will probably return to the Buccaneers.
There's a lot of.
So you didn't
questions
put
coming up
Tyler
on
Johnson
that.
on the list at all then?
I
There
forgot
you
about
go.
him. I
Mims
hate
averaged
Tyler
doubled the point total of Colin Johnson and DPJ
That-
squared.
Yeah, but he played like infinitely more snaps. It wasn't
On a
even
much
relatively
worse
close.
offense, and he was injured most of the year. He like
It
basically
doesn't matter.
tore
There's
his
still more
hamstring.
snaps. He was a starter, and he still couldn't produce. All
He
right.
did nothing. He's
And
not
on the
producing.
Jets.
He's not producing because who the fuck is throwing him the ball? The Sam Darnold's fucking ghost? Like literally, like that doesn't even count.
Moving on to tier 6, still works in progress. We have Van Jefferson, we have Quintez Cephas, we have Antonio Gandy Golden, we have Quez Watkins, who, by the way, saw something like 37%
real quick,
snap
Chase.
share to end out the season for the Eagles. And we'll go ahead and throw in Tyler Johnson.
Chase.
What?
So, not for nothing, Jacksonville averaged 38 pass attempts a game last year compared to the Jets 31. So it's not like you're comparing apples to apples.
But he already said, even when he first said Colin Johnson, he said that he had a bias to him
You're my
because he was his
co-host.
favorite.
You're my co-host. You stick up for me, motherfucker.
I'm not fighting you. I'm just trying to say that Chase already prefaced the whole thing that he had a bias to Colin Johnson because he was his favorite guy in college. So we're all jumping on him because of it. But he said in the very beginning that he realizes it's probably higher than he should be.
Yeah, I
Jordan,
literally
DM me.
said-
Where do you get the routes run numbers? If you're, that's
PFF.
Insta. If you do the old people Twitter like me, DM me.
I keep getting this message that I'm kicked out of that show sheet over and over again.
Wait, you're kicked out?
No, it doesn't. It says you lose your access for some reason.
All right. Let me go ahead and reshare this.
Your
access
last
since
tier?
we're ending
Can
it.
you also DM me because I would also appreciate those numbers. Thank you.
Or just start a group. Just start a great
Yeah,
business.
I would love to try.
Oh, yeah.
Your takes have been fabulous.
I literally have all this
That's
stuff
what-
accessible through Fantasy Intervention. So
There you go.
Why don't you share that with me?
I can.
www. dot.
You don't do a good job of promoting the site. I got to be honest with you.
FantasyIntervention.com.
It's easy.
You got to
Yeah,
promote more
Shane's
of the
really
site.
good at promoting.
I like reading.
Hey, we have pins. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It's pins.
I'm
Like
gonna
they-
fucking shoot myself.
They're pins, and they look like this.
We have pins. They're very nice. Put a
And
Is that Flair?
it's flare. It's
Yeah,
flare,
it's
but it's
flare.
cooler. It's not like the cheap pins. It's actually real pins. And we have pins. And we have pins. And we
What
have
is
pins.
flare?
God
She's a
damn
little
it,
bit too
Steffi,
young.
how old are you? You've never seen Office Space?
What is that?
Oh, fuck you.
It's a-
My office space is in my living
I had to chug on that
the
one.
TV show.
The movie, you fucks.
Office space?
Oh, I was thinking The Office. Oh,
know,
Office
Office.
is the
Office
movie.
Space.
Yeah, flare with Jennifer Aniston.
I got your Flair right here.
God, you guys are terrible. All right. Let's go ahead and figure out this last tier. All right,
Skip that
this-
tier. That tier's trash.
Yeah, all those guys are trash.
Like, not one of those dudes would I even bother.
Fine.
keeping on my
Who are we
roster.
targeted at each position moving forward this offseason?
I'm not going
Okay. So first, I would go with
Never
at
goes
quarterback, Carson Wentz. No, no, I'm buying Sam Darnold and Matt Stafford.
Oh, we talked about that on the show, Shane. And when you were talking about trying to get him, I sent out some offers to some people, and everybody's like, "Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not trading him." Like nobody's willing to trade
No.
Stafford right now.
Nobody. I'm going to go with Sam Darnold.
And I'll go with Sam Darnold. Okay. You stole that from me, bitch.
And I'm going with Jared Goff.
No, I'm not doing that.
What just happened?
I threw up.
Ooh, oh my God! Look at this sheet.
What sheet, dude? What are you doing? He's trying to wrap up the show, man.
We got the sheet. We got
Dude,
the sheet.
Jordan, this is dope.
Jordan, you are a bad boy.
Shane, we're trying to wrap up the show, man. Pay
We're skipping
attention
our
so we
show
can wrap it
tomorrow.
up.
I'm just gonna be playing with this sheet. Shane can't make the show tonight. He's playing with his sheet.
Oh my God.
Oh, all right. Quarterback wise,
Jordan says he wants to be on the show.
He should be. He's had better comments than any of us four tonight. I know that.
Mike.
I like his Devontae Parker thing when he said, "Yeah."
Who do you have? Who do you have over there for your quarterback position that you're trying to buy in the offseason?
Well, I mentioned it in the beginning. I'm trying to get Jameis Winston from people also because I think he's going to be the guy there. But I've had a hard time getting him as well. I have him in most of my leagues already, but the ones that I don't have him in, I've tried the last couple of days. That's who I would like to see. And I'd like to see him be the starter there, definitely.
All right, Steph, who are you trying to buy?
We're all reading. Everybody's reading the sheet and everything.
First of all, Winston would have been mine, but
I saw you dancing when I said Winston. That was cool.
yes, I am so upset. He got LASIK, and I just feel like everyone really needs to throw respect on his fucking name.
We love Winston.
real quick, we
Fantasy
need to give
Intervention.
Jordan a shout out.
I also love.
Or not.
I wish that Shane would just stop talking.
He's trying to give Jordan a shout out while she's talking.
Jordan, we will shout you out in 1 second. I think whoever ends up, and I lost my train of thought now.
You're doing your quarterback. Who would you do since I took Winston?
Oh, she'd do Daniel Jones.
I would definitely do him for sure. That's I definitely would. But that you can buy him whatever. I think Winston's a good one though. I think that's what I would have went with had I not been rudely interrupted by FF Blitz.
What? I didn't interrupt you.
It was Shane.
I was trying to help you. It
I
wasn't
like
me.
whoever goes to Washington though.
Taylor Heineke, that's in
Tyler
He's
Weineke.
not the fucking starter. Are you guys crazy?
Oh my
Dude, he
God.
put on a Super Bowl S performance, when they played last time.
Okay,
So
God.
let's go ahead and let's bounce over to our running back. Which running back are we trying to pick up? Sipes, you're starting this one out.
Oh man, there's so many running backs that I like. I don't know. Go to Steffi first for this one. Let me think.
She
Go to
just gave
Shane
the
first.
She
AOK
just said,
thing.
"Fuck you."
Actually, I know who I would go with. Saquon.
Okay, I mean it makes sense since he was injured.
Because that's why. Because his value is not getting appreciated, and I am very well aware because of my nice analysis of the injury that I'm not going to repeat. So please don't ask me to, Shane, because I definitely can't because I'm drunk now.
Yeah, can you go ahead and let us know about? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I can. It's just not going to be as nice as they normally do it.
Oh my God!
Don't buy Zeke.
That's her analogy or analyst. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. That's her, analysis.
My analysis is
Saquon Barkley.
Sell Zeke while you can.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in since you guys are struggling. I'm gonna say go ahead and buy AJ Dillon before it's too late.
Yeah,
you're gonna be looking at.
It's too late.
Yeah.
It's not too late. It's not too late because
sucks to suck.
You think that you can get top 5 fantasy value for AJ Dillon right now?
Do I think I can get it?
I'm sorry. Do you think you can get that? Because I don't think you can. I think now is the time to get top 5 or to try and chase after that because I think he's kind of valued around the 20 slot, maybe the 15 slot. I think that you need to buy before it's too late.
So my only thing with AJ Dillon is if I own AJ Dillon, if I roster AJ Dillon, I was probably a believer in him last year, and I held on to him all last year, waiting for this year for him to get the reins with Aaron Jones or Jamal Williams or both moving on. So unless you overpay me, I'm not going to trade him to you.
I would pay Higgins for Dillon.
Okay, well then you can have him. Why are we not in any leagues together? Fuck.
But maybe that goes back to what you were saying before too, Chase, about how, some people are going to be down on these guys because they didn't end up blowing up in their first season. So maybe you could get him for that. But I think Shane's right. If those people that believed in him then, no, not usually, but those people that believed in him then will probably still stick. Look at his face.
if you have Dillon and you're in one of my leagues, I will trade you Higgins because I most likely have Higgins and Jefferson and Ruggs, unfortunately, in those leagues. But I'll trade any one of those 3. Maybe not Jefferson. I'll trade any 2 of the 3 for Dillon. Steph, where are you sitting with?
Shane, it's enough. It's good. We're almost out of here.
Guys, I'm so happy I'm on mute. If everyone heard what I just said, it was so dumb.
You were on mute.
Tell us. We won't tell anyone.
No, I can't.
No, tell us.
We heard it. We heard it. You can tell everybody.
The broadcast is over. It's cool.
Oh, I'm not that dumb. Jeez, come on. Hey, listen.
Shane, we've done some shows with drunk people before, haven't we?
We have.
Shane being one of them.
No. Shane's been drunk one episode.
Yes.
Once.
Just once.
Just once. And no one but my co-host could tell.
And the only reason I bring it up, Stephanie, is because you said it. I would never say you're drunk. You're the one who said it.
Yep.
I don't give a shit.
Don't sell Higgins. He is going to be a top 12 wide receiver.
Just stack like this.
Ooh, Michael Carter and Green.
Oh my God! Yes. You're making a pyramid.
She drinks a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm in medical school and I want to kill myself.
What are you? You're like 5'2", 90 pounds, and you
5'2"
probably
is very, very generous.
You're 4'2".
Wait, how tall are you?
She's a midget.
5 foot, 5'1".
Wait, you might be taller than. No, you're not.
Hey, shut up! I am taller.
What were we actually talking about?
The wide receiver.
We're waiting for you to give a running back bye.
I already gave my running back.
Yeah, she already did. Remember, we went away from her. I'll do David Montgomery based on what the 3 of you guys said before when I said I liked him and all 3 of you said no. So
no, here's the thing. I like Montgomery a lot more than I did 6 months ago, obviously.
Oh, me too. Yeah, definitely.
I would take him over Mixon right now. But Sanders, I still see too much upside in Sanders. So I'd still take Sanders over him.
So then what running back are you going after, Shane?
Well, there's a couple. For my cheap ones, I'm going for Marlon Mack.
Ew!
I love Marlon Mack. He's gonna end up in Miami, and he's gonna be the starting running back for Miami Dolphins moving forward. And he's gonna melt faces. And I love Marlon Mack. I am buying Marlon Mack.
He's a throw-in in trades or a third or fourth rounder.
So awful.
So
You can get him for free.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You definitely can't get him for free.
And guess who I want to buy? And I don't even like him, but I think the hatred in the community is going to really drive his price down. Yeah, it's off in a torn Achilles. I know. But I'm
Shane,
buying
you
him
don't
cheap.
have to read every comment.
Yes, he does. That's it. He does 12 things at once all the time.
So
Oh,
I
reminds me of my life.
actually, as Zeke's price continues to get driven down, I'll buy him. If I can get him for a singular first, then I'll take some Zeke in my life.
Late.
Yeah, late, obviously.
Well,
It-
I mean,
Steph
you
is
didn't
done.
like-
She's done. She's muted. She's muted, and she's just
Cursing
cursing up
at
a
me.
She's
storm.
trying not to curse on podcast.
Jesus Christ.
She made it so.
She's flipping you off and
I
everything.
just
So Steph is like she's trying not to curse on podcast, right? Like that's her new thing that she's trying to do. And we made it
How's that
52
going?
minutes. 52 minutes into an hour-long episode. It was actually an hour and 3 minutes. And she
I did
cursed
pretty well.
at the 52-minute period.
What did I
You
say?
cursed at Mike Florio?
That was Zeke.
Yeah.
You cursed at Mike Florio.
No, that's
Call
what
him
No.
a jackass.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. All right.
Jackass is not a swear word either.
What is?
Jackass.
It's not a swear word.
Ass? Oh,
Oh, no. Yeah, that's fine.
What about wide receiver?
Juju.
Yes.
Oh, you can
Ben.
have him.
Thank you.
I want Juju.
I
I'll
like.
take Juju.
Mm,
I'll take Kenny Galladay. I want all
Oh,
the guys
yeah.
that people
take
hate.
him, please. I like Allen Robinson.
Yeah, but everyone loves Allen Robinson.
Says who? And what?
Everyone.
league?
Literally everyone. I talked to everyone. They all
We're
love
gonna
him.
start a
DJ
league,
Chark.
the four of us, because
For
she
sure.
said she's not in any leagues with us, and Chase wants to be in a league with us.
Yeah,
let's
we
let's
need
start
a
a league
league.
right
No,
now
Shane wants to be in a league with me.
because
Okay.
you said what you were trading. Yeah, I like Kenny Galladay too. I do the Kenny Galladay one.
Oh
too.
my god.
I
Here's the
will
thing,
also
I
take
want-
DJ Chark.
Yeah, I love DJ Chark. That's a guy that I think is wide receiver one potential next year with Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence
Oh
there.
my god. I just got wet. Wait, I mean what?
That's
What?
not how that works.
Huh?
That's not how that works.
What? What? So what about you, Steffi? What do you want?
I have no comment.
You can't you
About
have to have
wide
a comment.
receivers?
You don't have a
You
wide
don't-
receiver you want to
you
buy?
don't have-
Sutton.
Any wide receivers you
Sutton.
like?
Okay. Well, I got like shit on for saying Allen Robinson, so now I'm a little frazzled.
We never
Come
showed
on,
you
Mike,
that.
calm down.
I don't like Kenny Galladay. I don't know what the hype is with him.
You get
that-
shit on for Allen Robinson.
I wanted to buy Allen Robinson. Why is
Yeah,
this-
we
Oh
never,
yeah, she did already answer. She did say Allen
I
She
Robinson.
wants
answered.
Allen
Maybe-
Robinson.
Yeah.
No one-
Sorry, I'm trying to keep
I'm
up.
buying if I can get Shepard for cheap, I'm definitely buying him.
I love that article you wrote, by the way. It was insane.
Thank you. I'm definitely buying Shep for cheap for sure. Who else?
Share the link.
To your article.
I will.
Yeah,
Tag
Jordan's
Shane.
right too. Jordan's saying Sutton. Sutton's a good one
Sutton's a
too.
good one.
I
Sutton's
love the
a good
Tyler
one.
Boyd take.
Love that.
CJ actually did an article or a quick shot. Wait, was it CJ? Yeah, I think CJ did a. Yeah, CJ did on Tyler Boyd. It crushed it. Make sure you guys go check it out at youtube.com/fantasy intervention. All right, let's hop over to tight ends real quick because that was a terrible transition, but I'm doing it because I'm tired. All right,
Yeah, and you also said we were going to stick under an hour too. Remember?
I told you that was never gonna happen.
No, we're
You
almost
said
there.
2 hours, I thought.
It's yeah.
It
So
happens
tight end.
every time with Shane. I can't help it.
I took a
okay?
nap. I'm ready to go. I mean,
This is your co-host. I'm exhausted. I'm trying to keep
Oh,
up.
I'm-
All right.
I am so used to this. I could do it for
What
hours.
am
a day.
I? That's what you said.
Well,
Nailed it.
before we do it, before we move on, I love this take by Jordan. This take
Paris
is amazing.
Campbell.
I love the Paris Campbell take. I'm buying Paris Campbell everywhere I can.
You love it so much. You should definitely ask it out.
I've already asked out and I put a ring on it. So let's go ahead and mark that one down. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the tight ends. Is there a tight end you're trying to buy that had a down season? We'll start out with Shane because he just looks like he's ready.
Oh my god.
OJ Howard, David Njoku, everyone from that class. I'm still buying them. I'm like a slut for super athletic dudes. Doesn't matter how bad they perform their first couple years.
I could say.
I think
You sound like me talking to my therapist. Right?
No.
This is like me coming out of college talking.
That was the greatest comment ever.
Stop.
What?
I can't. There's nothing I can do with that. I can't.
Very open.
Jesus is watching.
God.
Jesus is watching. That's the only thing.
What?
He's got a moonroof to your bedroom.
Yo,
Just to do a recap of the last time we had a show.
Long time ago. He said no, thank you.
Steph, we don't slut shame here. We
no. I'm just
celebrate.
saying. From the last episode, Mike brought up the fact that Jesus has a sunroof to your bedroom, and he is watching.
Yeah.
Did he?
What are we talking about?
And Shane, you said that's the one time. That's the first time you ever blushed on a podcast was when you were masturbating to players, and Mike said you had a sunroof
It's been a long day.
to your bedroom.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
I don't recall any of this.
I cannot wait to pull the clip.
So OJ Howard.
It was the opening clip.
I'm buying OJ Howard.
We love athletic guys.
Yes, me and Steffi will do anything for athletic gentlemen.
My therapist's name is Lauren. She knows.
I've not told my therapist about my love of athletic men yet.
You should. You might get to the root of the problems.
We're building there.
Oh my God.
I can't.
Chase, we wrap it up or what are we doing?
No, we're trying to figure this shit out. We're trying to go into therapy right now. Let's go.
Hollister. Yeah.
All right. Mike, where are your tight ends line? Like, which tight end are you?
There's so many tight ends that just I don't really give crap about. I agree with Shane. I actually was going to say OJ Howard, and it's funny to see Steffi freak out about it. But I mean, I just figured with him, people would probably not care as much after what happened, and Gronk saying he's coming back and all this kind of stuff. So there's just not too many tight ends that I really give a crap about at all. Actually, I like how Jordan said nobody say Evan Ingram.
Oh, I'm going to.
If Evan Ingram could just up his catch rate by like 10%.
No, not 10. No, whoa, we gotta bump those numbers up, man. Like this guy sucks so bad.
We got Steffi Smalls and a card break with us for the top lifters, right? And my favorite part of the whole thing, because she loves to hate on Evan Ingram, was her best card that she got was an Evan Ingram card.
Oh, that's so funny.
It was amazing.
It's like funny.
She still got a Sterling Shepard and stuff, but all right, Steph, give me a tight end buy.
I don't want to.
Do it.
I hate tight ends. I think that
exactly.
You like loose ends. I understand.
Okay, it's fine. Just please, everyone. I think that there is 3 levels of tight ends. There's 3 up here, like up here, 3 here, and then the rest can literally go fuck themselves. Is kind of where I'm at with tight ends now.
Now she's just cussing all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, whatever. Now, no, there's less viewers. It's fine. It's really better now.
It's because you're
literally
cussing.
just us.
Yeah.
No, we have a
Can I just say Troutman?
I love that.
Sure, say him.
You took my take. You took my take. I'm gonna say.
Well, Shane took mine, so there you go.
I'm gonna take Pitts.
What? That wasn't. Didn't say that was an option.
Kyle Pitts. I can't. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna go with Irv Smith Jr. Irv Smith Jr. has got to have a ring out soon. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah, please. For the love of God.
Shane.
What?
Shane, stop looking at the screen. I can see you watching porn.
So
Your arm is moving. Your arm is moving. I can see it. Stop watching porn. Please stop watching porn.
He hasn't moved.
I froze.
His shoulder is definitely gyrating.
God.
Shane, where can we find you at, man? What are you doing? Like, where can we find your content?
Content on Dynasty League football. Oh, Steffi's just cracking up. She's easy.
Yeah.
I'm working on something secret,
Lauren.
super secret for DLF that hopefully will be announced shortly. That's been taking up some of my nights and weekends for the last month and a half.
Sweet.
And then every week,
love your
spitting more
hype,
quality fantasy football takes on Dynasty Trades HQ.
Yeah, Mike's over there hyping you up the whole time. Whoa, sweet!
It's cool,
Cool.
man. I want to know what the secret thing is, you know?
No way. Love it. All right, Sipes, what's going on, man? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at FF Blitz. And obviously, like Shane says, we do Dynasty Trades HQ every single week. And it's been fun. We've been doing it for so long.
That's
And,
crazy.
and also,
Can I get your autograph?
also, hey, man, we signed autographs.
We
at
did, and
Canton.
I
That
felt
was
like such
awesome.
a fucking moron doing that.
No way,
Yeah.
dude. It was fun. It was so cool.
So cool.
And also, we also do the show with Jeremy at Dynasty Madman. You know, he's with
Wait,
us too.
who's that? Who is Jeremy?
Oh, he had a great time with us tonight, and he wanted to.
Yeah,
thank you.
unfortunately, he
Jeremy.
couldn't make it
That's
tonight.
what she said.
But yeah, check us out over at Dynasty Trades HQ. The funny thing is, there's so much that happens like doing this show. But when we do our show, I edit it a lot. But our patrons
all
get to
go
hear a lot
live.
of this stuff, you know. But we are going to start doing some live stuff, but mostly for our Patreon people. Look at Shane shaking his head. But
That's
thank
the way
you
to
for
go.
having us. We've had a lot of fun. Steph,
Make sure y'all go.
What?
Make sure y'all go sign up for their live or their Patreon page because their live stuff has got to be brutal. I've cut it off multiple times tonight, and I could not imagine Shane uncensored. Oh wait, I could because it came over my house. So
Well, we're
right.
also going to be doing hangouts with our patrons now once a month, starting in 2 weeks, where we're just going to let them hang out with us, and Shane will say whatever the hell he wants to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a GoPro and just like wrap it around my head, and
That's
then
so fun.
yeah.
It's going to be fun, yeah. But thanks for having us. We had a lot of fun.
You're
what
always
about say about Steph, by the way?
Huh?
Mike,
Steph, thank you for letting us in your home for this evening.
please. You guys are everyone's always welcome in my home.
Well, you asked what I was saying,
I don't
Chase.
feel
I was
so
saying it
special
was
anymore.
nice. It was nice to meet you
It
in
was so
person.
nice to
Stephanie.
meet you.
She's not listening.
No, I am. It was nice to meet you.
We've interacted on Twitter, but this was the first time face to face, so
I
it
know.
was a lot of
I
fun
was
with
gonna
you
say, thank you. I know these two or these
too.
these two idiots. But you know, it's awesome. You guys are more than this was a blast. I feel very honored to be on the Wednesday show. I think I got a promotion.
Well, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and thanks. That we really had fun. Shane's already done. This
Is
is
it-
what happens when we're done too.
Usually-
Shane takes off. I have to always tell him to
Yeah.
say goodbye.
Bye.
just away. Keep running away.
At
Bye,
7
guys.
smalls with 3 L's. That's all I know.
Look, we've been together for an hour and 37 minutes. This is like a long-term
Every
relationship.
time.
I'm ready for this to end.
Anyway, we're having fun.
And he's gonna. We're,
Wrong.
and we have to do this all over again tomorrow, Shane. So
All right, do the thing.
No.
Well, you have
Let
music?
everybody know where to find you.
You can find me at 7 smalls with 3 L's. You guys already knew that. And you can find us at Join Our Circle with underscore at Join Our Circle underscore Don't Drink and Drive.
Great way to say it. All right. You guys can find me at FF_intervention. Go check out the team at fantasyintervention.com. And please remember,
.com. And like and subscribe and do all the things that you should.
yeah. Thank you guys for listening. And thank you guys for letting us intervene.
With your fantasy football life. We're out. I did it again.